What is up, MFers? Welcome back to another very exciting video. I believe this is what they call the dog days of summer. The high today is 105 degrees. And if you live in the Midwest or the Omaha, Nebraska area like I do, you'll know that the feel like temperature is about 20 degrees warmer than that because it is freaking sticky. Now that might mean one thing, and that is we need to try to stay hydrated today, take care of ourselves a little bit. But the second thing it means is, contrary to popular belief, it actually can be some really good fishing even in the middle of the day. But we got to kind of get to some sneaky places, and I'm going to tell you exactly what we're doing in the urban fishing episode today to hopefully go out and catch some slaunches. I just packed up a box of baits. You might think, oh, it's super tough fishing, it's really hot outside, you need little tiny baits. I packed up all swim baits and big topwaters. Not exactly what you probably saw coming. And we're gonna go out to some local creeks, spillways, shady type areas, and take one rod with us, one rod with braid, and hopefully catch some slaunches. I'll catch you guys there. All right, time to get this damn show on the road. Just got to our first little urban creek. We got lawnmower going behind us, and we got poison ivy going at our feet. Good day. Definitely was not one where I had the option to wear pants. Like I said, it's 100 or more. All right, we just got down to our first spot, actually just a little urban creek. Let me show you what I brought for tackle. We got one rod, that's the Milliken Fishing frog rod, 7.5 extra heavy. Not released yet, but will be very soon, guys. Just be a little bit patient. Here's our one box of tackle, threw together swim baits. You got bluegill baits, topwater baits, rat baits, slammers. I did throw a couple frogs in just in case they decide to be dickheads today. Hopefully that's not a thing we have to worry about. So the reason I chose this spot, we got a couple things going on. We have moving water, we have cooler water, and so right now this time of year, mid-July, hottest days of the year, there's a thermocline building on the lakes, and so there's a lake right down below us right here, and what that means is the dissolved oxygen is really lower in the water column. So those fish that have been out deep all year are actually moving their way up shallow because the oxygen level is too low for them to live down low. So they're coming up shallow, and we have another thing happening right here. We have moving water, which is going to oxygenate the water more, and we have cooler water. So it's obviously, you know, it's gonna be 95 degree water on the lake. Back here it might only be in the 70s, so much cooler. So that's some of the stuff we're looking at, as well as shade lines. You know, shade's gonna make it a little bit cooler too, and hopefully the baits we brought today get it freaking done. I'm starting with this guy right here, the old Nazuma rat. That's what a real rat bait looks like, and a lot of guys have been making rat videos lately. This isn't one of the old $20, $30 cheap little plastic Spro whatever company type baits. Those do catch fish. You can catch fish on them. This guy though, wood bait, very natural action, huge draw power. I'll show you what it looks like in the water in a second, and hopefully it gets the job done. If not, we'll switch it up. Let's get to casting. Just kind of quietly sneak my way down here. Don't want to make too much noise. This is a tiny creek. Hope they want to bite today. Old Mr. Rat looks real sexy. Oh, yes. Come here, bud. Yep. You freaking bet. How sick was that bite? Hope you guys saw him swipe that off the top of the water. Wasn't a super aggressive bite. He just said, well, that rat looks very realistic. Suppose I'll go eat it. He was not coming off. Hell yeah. Freaking destroyed it. So jacked right now that this is actually working. Not a giant fish, but solid 2.5, 3 pounder. Right out in the middle. I wonder how far he chased it. Oh yes, this water is actually much cleaner than I expected it to be as well. Oh man, I hope we can duplicate that. That was incredible. I've been here 5 minutes. First spot. Oh, he's still there. Oh my god, that guy was so pissed off at it. Oh, he's catchable. He just missed the hook. Let's get it right back in there. Come on, buddy. Figure 8. Thought he might be following it the whole way. Damn, I thought once I got to the tree and the hooks were like touching it and I had to pop it over it that it was done for the cast. That dude tried to eat it off the tree. These guys are clearly hungry and aggressive, just like we want them. Oh yes! Come here, bud. That was a blow up. There goes our fish right there. Easy release. But you can see where that guy was. Hopefully, he was right here. I threw on the outside of these trees several times. Now I hooked myself. But I threw on the outside of these trees several times. Nothing. And got all the way tight inside here, and that's where that guy was hanging out. And he could not resist old Mr. Nezuma rat in his face clacking around. This bait, this creek, this technique and pattern are so freaking sick. I'm glad we got it kind of dialed in. Oh my God. Once again, we hit a tree, a limb up there. And that guy was, he was rather angry at the Nezuma rat. But just like anything else, guys, you deflect that bait off a piece of cover, or in that case, stopped it against a tree. And that was too much for that guy to handle. Let's see if he comes back. That was a vicious freaking strike. Oh my God, these creek fish love this thing. You cannot stand it. And it's the middle of the, like, guys, it's 11 o'clock right now. This is not first light stuff. This is pissed off, middle of the day. Shade line fish in a clean creek in the middle of the city. Yes, you got him that time. Yeah. Oh God, high sticking myself. Good thing the old MF rod held up to it. Look at that. It's probably the same one that just pushed it up out of the water. Long, skinny, probably 17-inch or so fish. Totally stoked. Another Nezuma rat fish. That is the third one in, a half an hour probably. Showing these fish something they never seen before. It appears they don't hate it. Sweet. Get this guy back to his little shade home, enjoying that cool water. Let him enjoy his day too. I'm gonna keep enjoying mine. Okay, I've been fishing for a little bit. I'm getting freaking hot, but the bite seems to be very hot as well. They are chewing this 10-inch Nezuma rat right here. I'm freaking stoked. They're eating this bait so damn well. And the reason I said it was a real rat was not to throw shade at anybody else making rat videos or anything like that. But this is a much more refined bait than a lot of baits on the market today. This isn't a $15 or $20 bait. It's a much more expensive bait, and it's not quite as natural as those baits either. It doesn't look like it's molded after an exact rat. But the difference is between this guy and the plastic ones, it doesn't have a bunch of rattles in it, and which rattles can draw fish, they can attract fish, but the problem is fish get really conditioned, especially big fish and fish that get a lot of pressure, so they hear those rattles with crankbaits and topwater baits all the time. This guy has like a really low rumbling action almost when these two sides hit, and when you hit it really hard, it'll make a really loud clack. Cannot duplicate that with plastic. The second thing that makes this thing so much better, the action is just like unmatched. It's so smooth and fluent through the water, and the way it's built, it wasn't like molded after an actual rat, which is a great thing because this thing comes through cover, and the fishability is so much better on this bait. You can actually hit this bait and it'll do like 180-degree turns in place. You can walk it, you can do so much with it. Super smooth, and it comes through that wood that I'm casting into really well. Now, I'm not saying you guys need to go out and spend a couple $100s on a rat to catch fish, but I think as we kind of get a little bit more experienced, more refined in our fishing, you start to understand that it's better to have one $200 bait than 10 $20 baits that suck, because this guy freaking draws them. Just like that hinkle shad, And yeah, I'm freaking jacked how today's gonna go. Let's get back to throwing this, hopefully catch some freaking donks. There we go. Yes. That might be the biggest one of the day. Come here, bud. Yes. So much freaking trees and stuff to get this guy through. Oh man. These guys are just coming up and swiping it per the small gill plate. You can tell that because hooked just in the bottom. I think he had a hook in the mouth too, but that guy popped out. Unreal. Loving it. That guy definitely has a summer build, but if he didn't, he'd be probably 3.5. Right now he's probably about 3. Again, not a mega giant, but Mr. Nazuma rat just pulled back to a new area. We're getting bit again, more. And that wasn't even the part of the creek I was jacked about hitting. I liked all these trees a little bit more. All right, super sick. It's happening. Oh, there we got it. Yes, another decent one. That's why you don't give up on a fish and swing and pull that bait away from them when they come up and miss it and they don't feel the sting of those hooks. Even if they do feel the sting of those hooks sometimes. This guy could not take Mr. Rat. Not that big of a fish. Another 2-pounder. Thing I love about this time of year though, they bite like they're not 2 pounds. They fight like they're not 2 pounds. Man, these are some aggressive bites. Freaking love this time of the year for this reason. Oh man, I don't know if you guys can see where that guy came from, but there is a tree up there, a stump sticking out of the water right there, and he was right on the edge of that. I don't know if you guys saw that blow up because it's so far away. But that's one thing I'm trying to do here is stay away from the fish, because this creek's obviously real small. The water's a lot cleaner than I thought it was, or would be. And so staying away, being stealthy has been absolutely key. Most of my bites are coming on the other side of the creek or on a cast way down on a cut bank or on a piece of wood. But there you go, isolated cover. That guy was right there on it, and he did not like the rat. Yes! Oh no! Oh, should have had that guy. He took it out of that tree right there. I had my line stuck. Whew. Man, my heart's freaking racing right now. I had my line stuck in that tree, and he just freaking came unglued on it. That's the reason I didn't just rip it up and pop it through the tree right away. I let it dangle there for a second. Everyone always talks about doing that. And oh, look at that. What if a fish actually came up and ate my frog or my jig or something while it was dangling from the tree? Well, these fish are sitting under trees, not only because of shade, but because there's bait around them and falling out of them. I think that guy was one of those such fish. He wanted the rat. Are you f***ing kidding me? Bird just shit right on my arm. That's disgusting. That's some real true mulberry shit right there. I like best for fishing this rat. You probably see me do it a lot today and already have. But when I throw against these undercut banks like the one I'm standing on right now, so it's a deeper bank right here, I'll just do like a straight retrieve and mix in a couple twitches every once in a while. But when I'm fishing it around some of these isolated pieces of wood, so we got an isolated stick right there. I want to get as close to the bank as possible, even bouncing it off the bank. That way it looks like, you know, something just jumped in or fell in. I'll reel it a couple cranks, and then right when I get next to that piece of cover, I'll twitch it. And you can actually twitch this bait and get 3 or 4 full 180-degree back and forth turns without it moving more than a foot or so. There's actually some current blowing through this creek right here, so it is moving a little further than that. But again, just, you know, getting as close to that as possible. And I even got it hung right there, which is even better. I'm gonna just let it sit there, bob up and down until we decide we're gonna pop it off there. And then I'm gonna let them look at it, stop it. A couple hard twitches in case there's one out here in the middle you want to get the attention of. You know, deeper water, the more you need to get the attention, the more you need to draw those fish. but I'll just do that over and over. And when on an area where I'm not fishing it next to any cover, we'll just kind of reel it in nice and slow, get that nice wide action, stop it, it's going to turn that bait sideways, and that's a perfect opportunity for you to walk it in place, or just reel it in, stop it, hit it once, and then go back to reeling. Those are the retrieves that I like for this guy. Very, very effective, and they work great for any topwater wood balsa style bait, just like this one. All right, I gotta get up here. I gotta see if there's anything past this bridge and fish. I've never been back here before. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna just have to say screw it. Dirty a pair of socks. But it's wayward Crocs, right? There is a piece of wood up here. It's a little creepy. I like it. Oh yeah. That's the spot up there. Look at that guy. You can see all the way through. All right, let's see if we can do this. Looking like fishing uphill. Okay guys, back home now. Super jacked about how today went. They freaking ate old Mr. Rat, and I cannot complain with that. You know, if you guys have these same conditions, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do right now, I just looked on the way home, it was 102 degrees and they are still freaking chewing. If you got those high skies, super hot temperatures, especially this time of year, late June all the way into probably September, a lot of places in the country, especially down south, find those areas where you got some moving water coming into the lake, really narrow creeks, a little bit of current, and of course shade. Shade was a huge factor in today. I think every single fish we caught was in a shaded area. You could pull it by a nice stump or a lay down or something that was in the sun and you couldn't get bit, but shade lines, I mean, nothing, it's rocket science, but it was interesting to see how freaking dialed in they were on that as well. Hopefully you guys liked my little breakdown and took something from learning about this little rat guy right here. Like I said, the little ones catch fish, the plastic ones catch fish. Go check those out, pick them up if you only have $10 or $15 or something. But like I was telling you guys, there's so many more benefits of throwing that big, clacky, beautiful wood bait, and hopefully you guys like this as well. If you guys want to learn more about fishing swim baits, you want to see more swim bait and creek fishing videos in the future, please drop a comment, let me know what you want to see down below, and hit the subscribe button because there'll be many more in the near future. Anyways, I gotta go get this video edited, and I'll catch you guys very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.